what I want you to do is this. Walk to the middle of the room and to the edge, not talking. Middle to the room and to the edge. We're going to do sculptures in space. Another way to create sculpture in the classroom, kind of exploring some of the architecture of the book. I'm going to count to 3 and say go. And when I say go, I want you to pop into a sculpture of something by yourself. It's just going to be you. You're just going to pop into that sculpture. Whatever you think, there's no right or wrong answer here. We're just going to move and pop into the sculpture. No one's going to sculpt us. You're going to do it on your own. The sculpture you're going to create, don't do it yet. Just think about it first while you're walking, is a tower. Don't do it yet. 1, 2, 3, go. Sculpture of a tower and freeze. Yeah, right. So this happens with kids too, right? Look around the room out of the corner of your eye. Everybody freeze. This is the first thing that comes to mind when you see a tower, right? When you do sun, it's this. When you do tree, it's this. Okay? So now I want you to continue to walk around the room. Just relax. Now you're going to and this is what I love to do with kids because this pushes you to the next creative level. I'm going to say, we're going to do a tower again, but you can't do the tower you just did. You have to do something completely different. Maybe change the level of it, maybe go down, maybe make it horizontal, but do something completely different with tower than you just did. 1, 2, 3, go. Now look at how that changes the space, right? And that's okay if you just whatever came to you is great. Changes the space completely. And continue to walk around the space, continue to walk around the space. Now here's what's going to happen. I'm going to give you another word, and you're going to get with a partner and create that word when I say go. Create a sculpture of that word with a partner. You're not going to do it planning, though. You're just going to get with another person, and you two are, boom, going to pop into a sculpture of that together with a partner. You're just going to grab a person and go. If there's 3 people that end up together, that's okay, too. You ready to go? Your word is temple. Temple. 1, 2, 3, go. Temple. It's okay. We're just exploring it, whatever comes to mind. This is like instantaneous response. And continue to walk around the space. Now we're going to get into like a group of 3 or so. If you're still with a partner, that's okay. If you're 4, that's okay too. It doesn't matter. To create this one, a little small group of 3 or 4, and you're going to create the Empire State Building together and go. Empire State Building and go. Group of 3 or 4. If 2 people, that's okay too. And completely silent, and freeze once you have it. Remember, we're not talking. You're not planning it. You're just doing it physically. A lot of different interpretations of Empire State Building. And break and continue to walk around the room. Continue to walk around the room. No talking. Completely silent. And now we're going to get into groups of even bigger. You're going to get into 5 or 6 people. 6 people. And you're going to create, we'll do one from the Midwest now, the St. Louis Arch. In groups of 6 and go. St. Louis Arch and go. No talking, no talking, no talking. Completely silent. Silent. Shh. Silent. Everybody's creating the arch, the St. Louis Arch. Whatever that means to you, whatever you end up with is great. Ooh, this looks beautiful. Look around the corner of your eye at all the different St. Louis arches. And continue to walk around the room. Continue to walk around the room. Let's keep the silence, okay? Let's keep the silence. Let's do this completely quietly. And this is going to be a hard one to keep quiet, but you got to keep incredibly quiet with this one in complete silence. The entire room, everyone in the room, is going to create a bridge together, a bridge. And 1, 2, 3, go. Everyone a bridge. One big bridge. Wow, look at how well you were working together. Oh my gosh, you did that so easily. Round of applause, everybody. Great. It must be because you have so many bridges here. You just automatically know what to do, right? But no, that's really, what you notice happening there is some people start one bridge, other people start another bridge, other people start another bridge, and then everybody kind of reaches consensus on the bridge, right? So that's really what we're building towards, that kind of sense of class ensemble. That's where you want to end up with at the end of the year with your students, right? We can get there faster, we're adults, generally, but students, it takes a long time to get to that point. But they will get to that point, and then you really feel your classroom community holding together in that beautiful way. Okay, great. Everybody, here's what we're going to do now. What I want you to do is get in trios, okay? Get in trios, 3 people. And every trio, find another trio. So we're in groups of 6. How'd that work out? Oh, nice. Wow, great. Look at that. Okay. Good. So we got a group of 6, right? Got a group of 6. So here's what's going to happen. This is called instant sculptures. So there's no talking at all. And I created this, and I'll tell you why. I created this because of adults, really. And it works really well with first graders, too, by the way. I do like model classrooms, and I go into first grade and kindergarten classrooms and model for teachers sometimes. And I'll do a call and response with the kids, then we'll read a book in an active way, and then we'll do something like this, where I'll put the kids together in duos or trios. We'll do instant sculptures. I'll give a sculpture, a phrase out from the book, and I'll say, by the time I count to 5, be in that sculpture. They're really good at doing that. So are adults. Problem with adults, when you let them plan, is they talk and talk and talk and talk and talk and talk, and they don't do it. Here, and it takes them like 10 minutes to create a sculpture. This is a way of doing it in 10 seconds, okay? So without talking, you're all going to share leadership and share following together, right? You're all going to work together. And you're going to create a sculpture of a phrase that I'm going to give you from the book. So I'm going to give you the phrase. I'm going to count to 10. By 10, you're going to be in a sculpture. Okay? That's all there is to it. Very easy. Are you ready to go? Listen to the phrase first, okay? When he built a great tower in only an hour with nothing but diapers and glue. When he built a great tower in only an hour with nothing but diapers and glue. You have till 10 to create it and be frozen in, and you can't talk. 1, 2, no talking. 3, 4, you just got to do it. Jump into it. 5, one person might start and everybody else might jump in. 6, 7, 8, 9, it's got to be frozen, no moving. And 10, freeze. This is your first one, right? And everybody relax. Now, a lot of you, what we tend to do when we do this is we're all facing each other, so we tend to create a sculpture that's facing each other, inward facing. Now I want you for the next one to make sure it's outward facing, as if there's an audience watching you. You can't do this inward thing where you're all like this, right? Show us yours. That's okay for your first one, but your second one, see how they're all facing inside? The second one needs to be outward facing, okay? You ready to go? Second one is this. You, Iggy Peck, your desk is a wreck. Tear down that castle right now. You, Iggy Peck, your desk is a wreck. Tear down that castle right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You're frozen. Chris, did you bring your saxophone today?
I did. It's over there. I brought a box of percussion instruments.
Who else brought instruments today?
I brought harmonicas.
Guitar, where are you? Okay, let's do saxophone for this. No, let's do guitar for this one. No, let's do saxophone. Chris, can I pull you out of your group and could you get your saxophone?
Sure.
Okay. And you can just get it ready for we'll see what happens here. I'm not sure what's, oh, everybody relax, everybody relax. That's like my Pilates class. My Pilates instructor is like, okay, everybody, get into plank. And then she'll go and get into a conversation with somebody. And she'll be like, oh, yeah, you can stop now after 2 minutes. And you're like, oh, my God. What? Okay. Next one. Ready? Whatever you did now, contrast it. If you all were up, go down. If you were all closed, go open. If you were open, go closed, whatever that means. No, ma'am, Iggy said. He lowered his head and his heart sank down to the floor. See that heart sank coming back again? No, ma'am, Iggy said. He lowered his head and his heart sank down to the floor. In 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and you're frozen. Great. And number, everybody up, good. But no sooner passed than the footbridge collapsed. But no sooner passed than the footbridge collapsed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's just do, we'll add that in later. Frozen and relax. Last one. Then it's really going to get hard. This is the last one. Take care of yourselves, don't forget, right? Take care of yourselves. Be careful with these sculptures. There are worse things to do when you're in grade 2 than to spend your time building a dam. There are worse things to do than when you're in grade 2 than to spend your time building, oh no, a dream. I read it wrong. Let me do it again. Tap it out, Kurt. Dream. Okay. There are worse things to do when you're in grade 2 than to spend your time building a dream. Okay? Building a dream. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Awesome. Everybody relax. Shake it out, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. All right. Here we go. You ready for this? Working memory, embodied memory. Here's what we're going to do. Sculpture 1, sculpture 2, sculpture 3, sculpture 4, sculpture 5, right in a row. And we're going to transition them quickly. I'm going to read it. You're going to create it, read it, recreate it. If you don't remember it, just jump into it. You'll be fine. Here we go. Number 1, when he had built a great tower in only an hour with nothing but diapers and glue. Go. No, Chris, you're not in any of them, okay? Chris, you're out. You're out. Come on. Number 2, you, Iggy Peck, your desk is erect. Tear down that castle right now. Number 3, no ma'am, Iggy said. He lowered his head and his heart sank down to the floor. Number 4, but no sooner passed than the footbridge collapsed. Number 5, there are worse things to do when you're in grade 2 than to spend your time building a dream. Round of applause, everybody. Great. 1, 2, 3, 4. Great. So we have one group, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? There are 2 groups here. Okay. Yeah. So let's have your group go over there with this group. And let's have these 3 groups sit there. Okay, we're going to do this. You guys can have a seat. Do you want to have a seat? Yeah, have a seat. You're good with the floor now. I knew I'd get you on that floor. Okay, here we go. This group up here, here's what you're going to do. Let's do one group here, one group back there, and one group right here. Facing this way, this is your audience. Here's what's going to happen. Chris and I are going to work together on this. He's going to do something on the saxophone. I have no idea what. And I'm going to read the text. When you hear the part of the text that's your sculpture, just form the sculpture. Stay in the sculpture until you hear the second sculpture, and then form the second sculpture. Stay in the sculpture until you hear the third and form the third, fourth, and fifth. So you're going to hear saxophone, part of the book, and we'll see your sculptures, okay? As a performance. Neutral position, everybody. You're on stage now. You're on stage now, yeah? Okay, you ready? Remember, this is your audience, so the sculptures are facing this way. Why don't you start us off, Chris? Young Iggy Peck is an architect and has been since he was 2, when he built a great tower in only an hour with nothing but diapers and glue. You, Iggy Peck, your desk is a wreck. Tear down that castle right now. You will not build in here, is that perfectly clear? Do you need to see Principal How? No, ma'am, Iggy said. He lowered his head and his heart sank down to the floor. With no chance to build, his interest was killed. Now second grade was a bore. Stay frozen. Remember that freezing. Don't move. Don't move. Completely frozen. They crossed an old trestle to a small island nestled in the heart of a burbling stream. But no sooner they passed than the footbridge collapsed. And Miss Lila Greer started to scream. We're trapped here, oh my, alas. Kids, goodbye. It all became clear to Miss Lila Greer as she crossed that bridge over the stream. There are worse things to do when you're in grade 2 than to spend your time building a dream. Beautiful, round of applause. Great job, everybody. Chris, round of applause for this guy. There we go. Awesome, that was great, wasn't it? Thank you, everybody. Now, so that was beautiful, okay? You did a great job with that. So the important thing about sculptures, and you can see this when you're on stage, if you make any movement, our eyes go right to you, right? Because everybody else is frozen, so if you go, we all look at you. If you go, we all go to that hand. If everybody else is frozen, there's any movement on the stage, we go to that. So important to being completely frozen on the stage. That's why we learned to do that, okay? Great job, everybody. You can have a seat. By the way, that was just a rehearsal. Beautiful. Okay, that was great. This group here, this group in the middle, come in the middle, and this group come up a little bit, but don't touch the screen. There you go. Okay, perfect. Neutral position, everybody. Hands down to your side. Chris, let's start this baby out. Young Iggy Peck is an architect and has been since he was 2, when he built a great tower in only an hour with nothing but diapers and glue. You, Iggy Peck, your desk is a wreck. Tear down that castle right now. You will not build in here, is that perfectly clear? Do you need to see Principal Howe? No, ma'am, Iggy said. He lowered his head and his heart sank down to the floor. With no chance to build, his interest was killed. Now second grade was a bore. They crossed an old trestle to a small island nestled in the heart of a burbling stream. But no sooner passed than the footbridge collapsed. And Miss Lila Greer started to scream. We're trapped here, oh my, alas, kids, goodbye. It all became clear to Miss Lila Greer as she crossed that bridge over the stream. There are worse things to do when you're in grade 2 than to spend your time building a dream. Round of applause. Great. Thank you. How was that? Great. You guys did a great job, everybody. Round of applause for everyone and for Chris and for the whole group.